In the book of John, we encounter the story of Nathanael, who, when Philip invited him to meet Jesus of Nazareth, asked, "Can any good thing come out of Nazareth?" As they approached the Savior, Jesus proclaimed, in reference to Nathanael, "An Israelite indeed, in whom there is no guile." It's obvious to me from reading the New Testament that one of the characteristics Jesus prized the most is sincerity. He really emphasized this in the Sermon on the Mount when he told his followers to let your communication be yea, yea, and nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. How sincere is our communication? Do we mean what we say? Or do we layer the true intentions of our thoughts and feelings with sarcasm or even backhanded comments? For example, a friend of mine who is thin and has lovely features was standing in the aisle of a store one day looking at something when a woman approached her and said, "I hate everything about you." Now, I'm sure she meant that as a compliment, but what was she really saying? Perhaps she was merely expressing some self-loathing because of the world telling her that she had to look a certain way to be loved or beautiful or accepted. Maybe she was expressing bitterness at the world for promoting that lie. Whatever it was, unfortunately, she projected that onto my dear sweet friend. Sometimes we use our words to deflect good things like love and affection. When we were married, my husband told me that after our first date, he honestly thought I hated him because I had been so mean to him. Now, in my mind, I wasn't being mean, I was teasing him because that's how I expressed attraction and affection. Fortunately, since then, I've learned how to communicate more sincere affection to my husband as well as others. But to be honest, more than one fight in our home has been started by a sarcastic comment or an insincere one. In today's world, it can be awkward to give or receive sincere affection. If you use humor or even passive-aggressive language to deflect your true thoughts and feelings, right now might be a great time to try this 3-part experiment. Number 1, sometime this week, hopefully today or tomorrow, look someone in the eye, call them by their name and say, "I love you." How hard does that seem to be to you right now? Reflect on it afterward. Was it easier or harder than I thought it was going to be? Number 2, the next time someone gives you a compliment, simply reply with "thank you," rather than deflecting or self-critiquing. You can return the compliment if you desire, but maybe just leave it at "thank you." And number 3, the next time you find yourself being sarcastic, stop and ask yourself, what is it I'm really feeling right now? What do I really want to communicate? And then do that. Unless it's too mean, then don't say anything. But still practice being honest in your communications. Maybe start off by journaling what it is that you're really wanting to say until you're more comfortable with appropriately communicating your thoughts and feelings in front of others. And finally, pray for the insight to be more honest with yourself and others. If years of hurt and heartache have led to you protecting yourself with layers of language that are designed to cover up the pain and weakness, I invite you today to seek for the courage to strip those layers away. The Savior will show you how. He knows what it is to feel so raw and exposed, and He won't leave you naked. Brothers and sisters, may we all be like Nathanael, people who ultimately say what we mean and mean what we say. Or, as Polonius in Shakespeare's Hamlet put it, "Above all else, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man."